Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this 20-plus-year-old guy. As I'm talking, keep putting your hands together for him.
Guys, clap now, clap.
He was born in 96.
Yeah.
His birthday is on Monday.
Yeah.
He's the only act on this bill who has never slept in a police cell. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome PHAGE. A round of applause, please. That's encouraging.
No, that's an actual fact. I've never had the privilege of sleeping in a cell before. Never. I actually, when I was younger, at some point in my life, I actually wanted to be a policeman. Yeah. For the only reason I wanted to be a policeman was because I didn't want to go for NYSC. I found out that if you serve in the police or any armed force, you don't go, which was very daft because you have to go for 18 months training, as opposed to 3 weeks training. But preparing for this show was one of like the toughest things for most of us because we had to like get into police experiences and stuff like that. So I was talking to somebody, and the person wanted to come for the show, and he was asking me the difference between, and I know most of you asked that question, the difference between the premium tickets and the standard tickets. So I was like, yeah, premium, you get good seats, you get food, and he's like, 8,000 naira food. Like the guy calculated the difference, and I'm like, yeah, and you get good seats as well. And the guy goes, you guys are thieves. And I replied to him, yeah, that's why it's a police show. I mean, that's why it's a police show. It doesn't come harder than that. But the crazy thing is, like, Nigeria just changes your perspective on a lot of things. Who remembers the time where armed robbery, like highway robbery, was the biggest thing? Like that was where there was a time, like, I remember like early 2000s, late 90s, armed robbery was the biggest crime out there. There was nothing bigger than armed robbery. Now there's too much competition. Like there are bandits, militants, like everybody's just trying to do their own thing. And it's crazy because now is the worst time to be an armed robber. Like you just be going around your normal business on the highway, trying to make ends meet. And then bandits will kidnap you. It's not even safe to be a robber anymore. The one I don't even understand is there's this one called unknown gunmen. Unknown gunmen, unknown men has to be the dumbest name for criminals ever. How many gunmen do you know? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, you never see a gunman like, bah, my name is Shegun, I'm an engineer. It's never going to happen. No, but it's crazy, man, because if you think about it, right, we have so many like problems with insecurity in the country, and now the army has to step in a lot of them. Like there are military operations in like every region, which constitutionally doesn't make sense because, I mean, those of you who know the law, the army's job is to protect the territorial integrity of the country, fight against external. My school fees did not waste. So now, like, the army is doing, like, the job of the police. Like, it's terrible. That's how bad insecurity is. So the army now does the job of the police. And as the army is doing the job of the police, up until last year, before NSAS, police started doing the work of armed robbers. So now armed robbers became unemployed. Like, there was competition with them, so there was nothing for the armed robbers to do, which is bad because those of us who were normally unemployed, now there's now competition for us. And now we have to now look for other things to do. And it's so bad because I saw this. This is actually a legit thing. I saw a signboard somewhere. It said the National Association of Unemployed Graduates. I can never forget this thing. And what struck me the most was not the fact that they are going to ask for dues from their members who are broke. But they had under their signboard, they had a signboard, vacancy secretary. I'm like, y'all don't have jobs. Why are you giving jobs? But it's very crazy. It's very crazy. It's mad because when you think about it, you think about the fact that Nigerians, we a lot of the time we compare ourselves to other countries. And that's why, I think that's why we think that there's a problem with the police force. Because we compare too much. How many of you have been arrested abroad before? Wow. Okay, sorry, let me trace back. How many of you have gone abroad before? That should have been the first question. Okay, for those of you believing, we'll meet ourselves in Canada, but that's by the way. No, but if you ever get arrested abroad, it's a very nice experience. Most of the time, like except you're black or Hispanic. But when you get arrested abroad, you hear things like pull over. Very nice conversations. Then it always ends in something like, I'm afraid you have to follow us to the station. I'm afraid you have to follow for something bad that you did. See how polite they are. Very nice. They take you to the station, your lawyer comes, they give you coffee. All this happens in the movies. If you're black in real life, you're dead. But that's by the way. But see, the Nigerian police experience for most people is very terrible. But what's crazy is, I don't know, the average policeman has this basic training to hold you by your waist. If police ever grabs your waist, you are going nowhere. Like, they don't need handcuffs because they don't have enough handcuffs. They just hold you like this. Have you ever seen, how many of you watch like 7 o'clock news and see where they're parading? I saw one in Warri, like legit, they were arresting 2 guys and they tied them by their shirts. Like 2 guys, they tied them shirt to shirt. It's not like these guys can just cooperate, guy run this way, and they'll go. But if you ever watch 7 o'clock news and see where they're parading suspects, it's always a bunch of like 7 or 8 guys. 3 guns, they never have enough guns. I don't know. Armed robbers, you guys need to do better. Like, just 3 guns, and 2 of them locally made pistols. What? They will not see like 4 cartridges. Now, this is where you know that there's a problem. 64 charms. Are you trying to rob God? Like, they just champ everywhere. You guys need to do better, like, upgrade. This is 2021. And that's the crazy thing is when they now arrange all of them. Because the police, as I said, never have enough handcuffs. They don't handcuff them. They chain them leg to leg. Now, they don't care what crime you committed. You might be an ordinary Yahoo boy. You stole foul. You kill somebody, all of you are together. They just chain all of them together. They don't care their crime. When they start asking them questions, the armed robber, one of them, when they ask him, it's always his first time. Say, oh, Ghana, my first time. It's always his first time. Now, the crazy part is that I was watching news one time. I spent a lot of time watching the news. And then they paraded the thieves. They had like AK-47s. And for the first time, these guys had enough guns. And then they now asked one of them, like they interviewed one of them. And the guy goes, Oga, true to God, if I get this gun, if I don't catch me. Like, there's no how I have this and you catch me. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But for reals, I know I said how many of you have been arrested abroad. I've not been to Dubai before or anywhere in the Middle East, but I see the kind of police cars that they have. I've seen the pictures. I don't know if they're real. So those of you that have gone, please confirm. Like you see stuff like G-Wagons, Bugattis, like really high-end vehicles. They use them as police car to chase criminals. No, it's not that we can't do it in Nigeria. But we don't have the roads for that. There's a reason we use Hilux as our police vehicle. When I was in primary school, I watched the first and only time I saw a police chase live in Port Harcourt. So this guy was driving a Hummer, and then there was a speed bump, and then he just goes, he flies over the speed bump, boom, boom, and he continues going. And then the police is coming behind him in a 504 station wagon. I will never forget. And then they get to the speed bump and they slow down. Climb his back. And then one policeman puts his head out of the window and is like, slow down! Slow down! If you were the one there, who would you want to be? Like, it's crazy. Like, imagine if we had, like, actual fast police cars. Like, we had, like, Bugattis and the rest. It would be thief chasing police, not police chasing thief. Like, police will go to and bust a bank robbery. And when they come out, their cars are gone. Because robbers have stolen them and used them as spare parts in Ladipo or something. Like, it's crazy. You just think about all these things and you're like, what ways can we, move the police forward? Like, what can we do to make the police better? Because I get we trash them a lot. But before I say the solution, I'm not talking about the problem, but before I say the solution, I just want to ask, is there a covenant between police cars and mechanic workshop? There's almost no mechanic workshop you drive into that you don't see a police car inside. I don't know why. And what's bad is, if you notice, all those police cars that you see parked on the road, like the ones parked at the corner, they don't actually move. Those cars they're like police offices. So if you think about it really, these are solutions to the problem in Nigeria, because first of all, there are bad roads, so thieves cannot really move like that. So you require the police to be stationary, not necessarily moving. And then the police offices, some of them don't have lights. So it's good if they're by the road. You get. So Those cars are actually office. So if you have complaints, instead of going to Panti, you can just stop on the road and meet them. But I was saying I want to just tell the solution. I think the police needs an entire rebrand. And I'm not one to just, say the problems and not give a solution. So there should be like some form of reforms. And it starts with the branding itself of the police force. They tried it earlier. Before it was the Nigerian Police Force. If you notice now, they've taken the force out. So it's just the Nigerian Police now. But they're still angry. But that's by the way. It was actually a thing. They took the force out to make them look more humane. Yeah. But you can't really. So if we're thinking of rebranding the police force minus the name, there are other things we should change. The logo of the police. How many of you have seen police logo before? Let me tell you what the police logo is. It's a big elephant with two batons. Then around the elephant, plenty grass. So they know that they want to eat. That's they know. That is food that's on their mind. No, now my problem now is, have you seen the logo of Amotekun? Amotekun just came like 2 years ago. It's a leopard. You see, that's fast, responsive. DSS, ow, eyes everywhere. Have you ever seen a video of an elephant running? How about we start from there? Change the logo, like maybe a horse or something. Like something just, it must even be an animal. Can't you just put a gun or something? Another thing I feel they need to change is the uniforms. I know people have said stuff about take away their pockets, blah, blah, blah. Nah. The uniform, I have no problem with the black and black, the blue on black. The one I have a problem with is the camouflage. Yeah, the police, they have a camouflage. It's like a blue shade. For those of you who know the idea of camouflage, is for you to blend with your surroundings. Apart from 15 hours, what can you blend with in blue camouflage? But for reals, the police actually inspire me. They do. They inspire me to work hard. I won't lie. If there's any reason why I must make it in this life, it's the way policemen look at me at checkpoints. They don't see me as a threat, and I find it disturbing. No, I've legit been stopped at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I came down from the vehicle, they were searching me, and then the man asked, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a comedian." That was like the funniest joke I've ever cracked in my career. Because the guy now looked at me and was like, "Upcoming, Abi?" In my mind. Because, no, he was like, "Because I don't know you." In my mind, I'm like, I really don't know you too. I know the IG, I know the commissioner. So both of us need to work hard. In my mind. I said it in my mind. But in real life, I was like, yes, sir, upcoming. No, but for reals, if you have the means to talk to people up there, the police can do better. They can do better. I've actually been taken to the station I've not been arrested. I've been taken to the station. It's two different things. I've been taken to the station. And when you go to the station, mind who you go with. The one time I entered the station, the last time I entered the station, I went with a female friend of mine. I'm all for gender equality and women empowerment. But not when we're in the police station. Everybody just shut up, let's get out of here. No, because after the police interrogated us, did everything, they were like, you can go. And then the girl goes, no. You have to explain to us why we are here. So the policeman now looked at me and said, no, in my mind, when she said this thing, I was like, Chimamanda, why? So the policeman looked at me and was like, Oga, I say you should go. Madam say you should stay. What do you say? Now, here's the problem. If it was just any girl, I would have gone. But I was trying to toast this girl, so I was like, she's right. That was the problem. So now it's not that police, if there's anything police hates, it's not an empowered woman. It's an empowered woman supported by a man. So I now became enemy of the police. I actually wrote statements that night. Now here this is where I knew there was a problem, and I'll say this and I'll go. I thought maybe by connection I will get out. I called a retired deputy commissioner of police. Don't ask me how I have the number, but I know people. So I called a retired DCP who I thought would come and rain fire and brimstone. And this man told me, Oga, you know how the police is. Just go. And I'm like, you know how the police is. Meaning he knows that there's a problem. They know that there's a problem. They know that there's a problem. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.